What's happening, folks? Welcome back to my channel. It's Jay Panchal here with all your real estate latest news. Today we're going to talk about the federal budget and what Canada is doing to slow the real estate market down. And guess what? It is slowing down. A lot of cities are experiencing price drops, overall sales prices dropping. But is that enough? So I question that. Is it actually the prices dropping, or are they actually going back to normal? I really challenge that. Before we get into further, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so YouTube can share this content with other interested viewers like yourself and provide more value. So now that we know Canada's prices are high, no surprise to you, we do know that Canada has the fastest growing population. Okay, so the fastest growing population amongst the G7 countries. Now, what isn't the fastest is the rate at which we are building homes. That's not growing. Okay, the rate at which we are building homes is not keeping up with the growing population. Okay, it's not rocket science, folks. We know this. This could be something that we may have heard, but the liberal government plans to spend about $10 billion on housing over the next 5 years. So what does that mean? So we're injecting all this money that we're getting, into the real estate market. We know the supply issues always resonating, especially with the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. Supply always remains an issue. So now we got this lump sum of money being injected into the housing market over the next 5 years, which is set to double the pace of home building. Folks, double the pace of home building. So let's unpack that for a second. Right now, we average about 200,000 homes per year. Okay, so what this budget is actually proposing is they're going to build 388,888 homes per year. Okay, that's the target over the next 5 years. So actually over the next 9 years, rather. So 3.5 million homes need to be built by 2031 for this whole budget to actually make an impact on the housing market. Let's stop here for a second. Now, if they're going to build over the course of 9 years, they're going to double their housing production. Okay, what do you think that means for a majority of consumers? It's a waiting game. Okay, newer houses being built, more of them, and also tying this in, they've stopped or restricted foreign buyers from buying into the market for a 2-year period. Okay, so that's going to influence the outside or external factors impacting the current market as a whole. And what's going to happen with Canadians? So Canadians as a whole right now, there's going to be $1.5 billion injected into new affordable housing. Now, whatever affordable housing means, what definition that is, I'm not too sure, but I will tell you this may not be enough. Okay, it just may not be enough. If we look at the trends in the prices over the years, all in all, according to Treb stats, we're up about 18.5% in the average sale price compared to March of last year. So we know sale prices are going up. Folks, we know, there's not enough homes being built, and we do know that our population is increasing exponentially. So of this, which is pretty interesting, $4.3 billion is going to be injected into the Indigenous housing. Good for Canada. Okay, good for Canada. It's about time we spend some of that in building out an Indigenous community. So good kudos to you, Canada. So what I'm really looking at here is there's a bunch of money coming into the market. There's a bunch of money coming in being spent to update systems, quote unquote, the systems to process the houses being built. So you get what's happening. Money's coming in to build more houses. Money's coming in. Another article I read was to increase or update the current infrastructure for processing sales transactions. Okay, So that's something important that we have to take into account. Not only the prices are high, the infrastructure we have in Canada does not support the amount of demand. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why there wasn't this money put into the market in the first place. We didn't have the infrastructure to support it. Okay, we can go out there and build a bunch of houses, yeah, and there's a bunch of people that are going to buy them. But what we needed to do was update our systems for processing transactions. So this is what's happening right now. There is a lot of speculation, and personally, I even read they're looking at banning this blind bidding. So blind bidding, folks, right now is a key contributor. Being in real estate myself is a key contributor to the overheated real estate prices. It's blind bidding. Your traditional list price, $9.99, for example. Now you have people bidding on houses blindly. These prices are listed at $1 million and they'll be selling for $1.5 million. Okay. And the average consumer might get trapped into that without the right agent support or guidance. So that might happen. And that is kind of a bigger problem than all of this budgetary issue. So there's talks about a pilot project happening this summer to ban blind bidding on home prices. Okay, so that's it. You got a bunch of money coming into the market. You got systems being updated. Now what you need to do is control or regulate the way the houses are being sold. And just off the cuff, I know one particular builder, not to name any names, I received an email for a client of mine. They're actually having bidding on premium lots, and it's packaged. It's a large builder, by the way, guys. If you want the name of the builder, just reach out to me. But it's a large builder. They have a bidding system. Okay, they have a bidding system here for the premium lots. And guess what I read in that email was there's a minimum. Okay, and the minimum was like 100K, or one of them were 200,000 minimum bidding price. Okay, and that was on new construction. So there's a lot of issues at play here. If you're wondering what's really happening with the real estate market, supply is an issue, but there's a lot of inside things happening that you may not be aware of as a consumer. But it's really important that you understand there is more at play here, folks. There is definitely more at play in the current environment that we're in. So that sums it up right now. That's about all I have on the real estate market and the federal budget that's been introduced. Stay tuned. Again, follow me for all updates in real estate news. Taking a different approach with these, with my YouTube channel and the updates. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, folks, and I'll see you at the next update.